Let's continue with the project that we have been working with. Um, I am going to be honest to you. Um, Part of the project was not like 100% transparent, and it was not my fault. It is like if wisdom is known by its deeds. Um, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that sadly, the faith sometimes of people push you to opacate in certain way a job that you could do in a very most transparent and integral way. You just have to adapt to what the world could in certain way sustain and understand, even though loving is not the same as adapting. I mean, sometimes you don't have to adapt yourself to love someone. um, the truth is that there are things that simply are not, for example, compatible, and you have to be strong enough, mature enough, and lowly in heart to just slow down and leave the things go, even though you don't like it, and it will help you in your confidence more than in your ego. And let's look at it in that way, okay? Don't look at like if I was doing something weird or something like that. No. It is just that sadly for more I mean, as much as I tried, I I I didn't find like the like 100% white uh, way. Even Jesus of Nazareth himself, um, in certain way, does not walk in the air, for example, always with a white cloth. I mean, he always was humble, is truth. He remained himself, but he was sometimes in troubles. He was in necessity. He was maybe without the same clothes that he usually used to use, and things like that. And that is normal. That is even part of being mature in life. And some of you will not understand this advice, but some others will say thank you in a future. Trust me. Okay, let's now go to the Git bash. And let's go, for example, to simply DRU. The code here. Okay, here you can see that I made a step-by-step following list. We have that we need to organize the code so that the code also bring forth an answer to make a redirection. But first of all is to test that we have the server side working, okay? And here it is in the first step. And as you can see, I placed like a compass here, in a meaning that this is kind of always necessary. First is always to place the server running, and after that you can continue with the redirection. Sorry, with the redirection, no, with the next step that you have in the list of your project. let's go now to the sum, for example. Remember that this is on the context of projects that have to be with web development. It doesn't have to be, for example, with a project of hardware development. Hardware development and software development are two different things. I mean, in software development, Compass would be like the static stabilizer in the hardware development. And I don't know if you get it, but some of you will also get what I'm trying to say. Oh, I left this started. Oh, I don't know why, but let's just stop it and start it again. And let's close this here. Let's go to the project itself. And let's test the login that we had created. Let's refresh because it's not okay. It was not loading the part of the that comes from the Tailwind CSS. Okay, let's go to here to see the login itself. Submit, and we are able now. We are supposed to be able to see on the DevTools on the network side. We are supposed to see, for example, let's hit again on submit. We're supposed to see the answer here. And as you can see, this error here is not about the answer. It's about the fav icon, which is something about the client side. Okay. You see this user repeated. Okay. What we're gonna do is to get this response and to use it on our client side. But the truth is that we should organize the code on the server side to make the redirection. So we have two options: to leave this as an AP as a RESTful API, which is the option that I would like to do. For example, what I'm trying to say is to remove this and to leave this just, for example, like this. Let's see. I would say something like this. Being honest, it was okay. The only thing that we have to add is here JSON preprint. Let's just place this as a comment here. And if I go, for example, now to users API.php, let's see if it is like this. I'm sorry, it's API users, okay? API users. And we are supposed to see, let's see, line 20, we got an error. Oh, it is that the password is not being set because it doesn't have a password saved from, let's say, from a session or something like that. So it is searching for something, but as we haven't sent it, it doesn't find it. In that case, we're gonna make like a placeholder in here just to make it, as I said, a RESTful API. And the placeholder will be, for example, let's say that is, you see these ups. See? Doesn't matter much actually. The placeholder we can put even just like this placeholder password. And you see the salt here. We can also place here just like this. Just that may be, for example, the salt and so on. By the way, it should be the same salt that we have, which is at 720. Let's now test it. And as you can see here, it's showing it, but now it says that it is null on line 20. The username, let's place also a placeholder here. Placeholder username. Just like this. Let's see. Right, offset value type null. Let's say is set. Sorry, I forgot that. And that's it. When I say is set, if it is set, then show this. If no, set. Being honest, it is like this, boom, and then this. I don't know if this ternary operator works on PHP, but this is the way of making it. Let's see. Let's see what I'm missing. Let's look for it. Okay. Ternary operator in PHP. Okay, this is the condition, then the value, and then okay, it's just like this. In JavaScript, it's not with the question mark, but I think that you can get it. Okay. Now let's just take this again here and columns again, just the same thing down here. Copy again. And that was everything. Now let's refresh. And there you go. Here is like the API that we had before in a certain way. And it is with the placeholders, and also is waiting for the data that will come from the user server side. Also, it has the conditional here. So being honest, we are ready to go, for example, to make even the redirection not necessarily on this side. We can make the redirection on here. We would say, for example, if this came as true, then redirect, for example, the user to test the session. Being honest, that is quite of complicated, but at the same time, it's going to be super strong in security, because it's going to make the test of the salt here, and then it's gonna test the session of the password or other place, and the session itself is going to be encrypted. So it's going to be a very strong way of saving the data. See you in the next video. Remember that Jesus Christ of Nazareth loves you a lot with all his heart, even much more than my guitar. I can say with all the rights that is my guitar. Anyway, um, what I was about to say, I am missing something that I don't know what it is. Oh, yes, just to place, for example, here this, and to place check check in this client side, and this part is pending. For example, we could put, for example, a warning icon, because that part is pending to check in a client side. See you the next time, and I hope that Jesus may open the sky and open the heavens to bless you accordingly to his works, his words in the book of Psalms.